When the production of Endless Dungeon was underway, the creative director of the studio, Jean-Maxime, and I started shaping what kind of artistic direction we wanted for the music of the game. We really had in mind for the players to feel like they would never have heard such a sound before. For us, there were three core pillars. There will be a rock band playing in the main hub of the game. We have to keep a link to the legacy of its spiritual predecessor, and the game has space western vibes. We knew these three elements would allow us to create a great original soundtrack. Also, we were really attached to the idea of having an artist embodying the rockstar of the station's band. The OST has 20 tracks, each composed either for ambient purposes or to perfectly fit a particular gameplay situation, like exploration, monster waves, the crystal rush, boss fights, and who knows, maybe more. They are all original compositions, except for 2 tracks that are new adaptations of Doty tracks. Remixing these was actually really interesting. I either kept the original track and added some new sections, or resampled it, when layering in electric guitar and drums. This allowed the music to feel modern and bluesy, as if a lost guitarist was playing in a remote space station. Speaking of inspirations, some foundational influences are progressive rock, new jazz, blues and hard rock, both overall and from track to track. Playing with these genres gives the music a unique flavor, like the sound of the lap steel guitar. They are all styles we love, which were blended with the moody mix we had created for Doty. We felt that these vibes from the 90s that gave shape to Doty's OST really go well with the tone we wanted to create for Endless Dungeon. To shape the sound of the game, I only used hardware synthesizers to build a special atmosphere that feels really authentic. The 19th context is that digital sound comes in with wavetable synthesis, which create a very specific sound, quite lo-fi-like. Back then, I really enjoyed playing with those particular vibes to define Doty's style, and it was really fun to bring that back and adapt it for Endless Dungeon. I composed tracks for the synth and guitar and worked for the recording with Thomas Otogali, who's an awesome guitar player.
So basically, Arnaud contacted me and he had the big picture sorted out. He knew what kind of vibe, what guitar sounds. He sent me guitar tracks, which I did my best to re-record. And on some tracks, he gave me a green light to add some of my ideas. It was really cool.
I was glad Thomas brought his touch to my compositions. I think the actual tracks feel even more alive and colorful. To complete the OST in its final rhythm, I added drum tracks with a virtual drummer. The final touch to the music of Endless Dungeon was really our collaboration with Leralyn. To really let the players appreciate Leralyn's creative involvement, we needed to include a concrete element, and this will be the game's house band. When you heard music in the saloon, it would actually be the band playing it on stage. We had to find an artist to be the icon representing the saloon, who will make music compatible with the atmosphere of the game, and Lyra just nailed it. The game has changed in the 2 years since music production started. For one thing, we needed to have more interactive tracks than was initially planned. It was my first time working on such an interactive soundtrack. For Amplitude's other games, I had composed rather linear narrative soundtracks. I had to deconstruct and rework the entire structure of some pieces in order to fit with the new requirements. That's why the OST will be slightly different from the music you will hear in the game. I'm really proud of composing the music for Endless Dungeon. and the end results sound very cool. It's a huge part of the game experience, so we can't wait for players to discover the soundtrack soon.